In Chapter 1, Aidan Valentine meets his coworker Jackson at Skullduggery Cafe after Jackson insists on an early morning meeting. Jackson confronts Aidan about his worsening behavior on their late-night radio show Heartstrings, including Aidan calling a caller a piece of shit on air and throwing a coffee mug which nearly triggered FCC consequences. Jackson reveals their boss Maggie is concerned about Aidan and the declining show ratings. Aidan admits he is exhausted, burned out, and no longer believes in love after years of hosting a romance hotline. He confirms his mother's cancer is in remission, and his parents are traveling, but says his anger is not related. Aidan confesses he may have fallen out of love with his job and is considering leaving radio as the show continues to lose listeners. The chapter ends with a transcript showing Aidan's nihilistic on-air response to a caller proving his emotional detachment is affecting the show. In Chapter 2, Lucy is awakened by noises in the hallway and discovers her 12-year-old daughter Maya awake in her bedroom whispering on the phone late at night. Alarmed and fearing Maya is speaking to a dangerous stranger, Lucy confronts her and demands the phone. Maya resists at first but insists the call is for Lucy, not for herself. Lucy hears a man's voice on the line and angrily interrogates him, assuming inappropriate intent. The caller identifies himself as Aidan and explains Maya contacted him. Lucy remains hostile until Aidan urges her to ask Maya why she called. Maya admits she reached out because she is worried about Lucy and wanted help for her mother. Aidan then reveals he is the host of Heartstrings, Baltimore's romance hotline, and informs Lucy that she is now live on the radio. In Chapter 3, Aidan keeps Lucy and Maya on the line during his live radio show Heartstrings after a long stretch of silence. Lucy agrees to stay on the air during a commercial break and reluctantly discusses her dating history. Maya explains she called because she worries Lucy is lonely and never dates. Lucy admits she stopped dating after failed attempts with apps and setups that made her feel disconnected and small. She explains she does not want to try dating anymore unless it happens naturally and includes real emotional connection, sparks, and passion. Lucy confesses she may be lonely but refuses to settle for a relationship that feels forced or empty. Aidan listens rather than offering solutions and admits he sometimes feels lonely as well. Their conversation becomes unusually honest and emotionally intimate for the show. Jackson notices Aidan's renewed engagement from outside the booth. The chapter ends with both Aidan and Lucy feeling less alone after the call. In Chapter 4, Lucy avoids discussing the radio call with Maya until Maya confronts her at breakfast about the unresolved radio situation. Lucy apologizes for not realizing Maya's concern and explains she needs to handle her love life herself. Maya admits she called Heartstrings because she worried Lucy was lonely. Lucy reassures Maya but privately admits the call stirred feelings she has been ignoring. Grayson unexpectedly storms into Lucy's kitchen and reveals he knows about the radio interview. He shows Lucy that the Heartstrings segment has gone viral online. Shocked and humiliated, Lucy goes to work at the mechanic shop, where Angelo, Harvey, and Dan reveal they have all heard the broadcast and support her honesty. Lucy realizes the interview is widely known. While overwhelmed at work, Lucy repeatedly ignores calls from an unknown number. When she finally answers, she learns the caller is Maggie from 101.6 L-Lite FM, who has a proposition for her. In Chapter 5, Aidan arrives at the radio station to find Jackson trapped climbing out of his car due to another employee's bad parking. Inside the station, Maggie summons Aidan, Jackson, Eileen, and Huey to an emergency meeting. Huey reveals that a segment of Heartstrings has gone viral. Maggie confirms that Aidan's conversation with Lucy and her daughter is being widely shared online and has gained millions of views, bringing massive attention to the show. Maggie explains the viral moment is reviving the station and wants to capitalize on the momentum. She reveals she contacted Lucy and proposed having her join Aidan on the show. Maggie outlines a plan resembling a radio dating series focused on Lucy finding love. Aidan objects, concerned about exploiting Lucy, but Maggie insists Lucy agreed to consider it. The chapter ends with Maggie determined to move forward to save the show and station. In Chapter 6, Lucy meets her best friend Patty at the cafe to process Maggie's offer for Lucy to join the radio show. Lucy explains the interview went viral and that the station wants her to continue discussing her love life on air. Patty points out Lucy's history of bad luck in dating, but encourages her to consider the opportunity. Lucy admits Maya is excited about the idea and believes it will make Lucy happier, which makes Lucy question whether Maya has sensed her loneliness. Lucy avoids Grayson's opinion while trying to decide what she wants. After walking home alone and reflecting on her dissatisfaction, Lucy realizes staying comfortable has not been working for her. She acknowledges she does not know what she wants, but may need to step outside her comfort zone to find out. The chapter ends with Lucy emailing Maggie and agreeing to participate in the radio show. In Chapter 7, Aiden speaks with his mother by phone and reassures her he is fine while avoiding joining his parents on their trip. He learns his parents have been listening to Heartstrings and are proud of him after the show goes viral. Under pressure from Maggie and rising listener numbers, Aiden prepares for the broadcast. When he enters the station lobby, he encounters a woman who appears lost and awkwardly attempts to help her, embarrassing himself. Maggie interrupts and greets the woman warmly. Aiden realizes the woman is Lucy when Maggie explains she invited her to the station to meet everyone and consider joining the show. Aiden recognizes Lucy's laugh and notices her name patch reading Lou, confirming her identity. The chapter ends with Lucy physically present at the radio station, bringing Aiden face to face with the woman from the viral call. In Chapter 8, Lucy meets Aiden inside the radio station and observes him working in the booth during a live call. Maggie explains that Lucy's honesty during the viral interview is driving record engagement and asks Lucy to simply be herself if she joins the show. Lucy overhears a caller thanking her for inspiring hope and realizes her vulnerability has helped others. Aiden invites Lucy into the booth and lets her listen to the call, reinforcing the impact of her words. Aiden admits he is struggling to believe in love despite hosting Heartstrings and proposes that they help each other by continuing the on-air storyline. Lucy expresses concern about being mocked or exploited, and Aiden promises he is serious and will not make her a joke. Lucy agrees to consider participating. The chapter ends with mutual understanding as both Aiden and Lucy acknowledge their shared doubts about love. In Chapter 9, Lucy attends the weekly family dinner with Grayson, Mateo, and Maya, reaffirming their close co-parenting bond. Grayson confronts Lucy about the radio interview and admits he is hurt, not because he was excluded, but because Lucy was struggling and did not tell him. Lucy realizes she did not fully understand her own unhappiness until she spoke on the radio. Grayson asks whether Lucy plans to join the show, and after reflecting on her experience at the station and her conversation with Aiden, Lucy admits she wants to try something different. Later, the family relaxes together, reinforcing Lucy's sense of belonging and support. Grayson and Mateo tease Lucy about Aiden and encourage her curiosity about him. Mateo plays Heartstrings on the radio, and Aiden hints on air that Lucy will soon be involved with the show. The chapter ends with Lucy listening to Aiden's broadcast and feeling cautiously hopeful about what comes next. In Chapter 10, Aiden prepares for Lucy's first night officially joining Heartstrings and confirms she has agreed to participate. Lucy arrives early and waits alone in Aiden's booth, signaling her commitment despite nerves. Aiden and Lucy discuss the show setup, and Aiden reassures Lucy that the station supports her. As they prepare, Aiden explains that the segment Lucy Looks for Love will launch that night. Lucy expresses uncertainty about being herself on air, but Aiden insists her honesty and self-awareness are the reason she connected so strongly with listeners. During sound checks, their physical closeness highlights growing tension and mutual awareness. When the broadcast begins, Aiden formally introduces Lucy to the audience as a special guest. Lucy introduces herself to Baltimore and states she is seeking help with a personal problem. The call log immediately fills, confirming intense listener interest and officially launching Lucy's on-air journey. In Chapter 11, Lucy and Aiden continue hosting Heartstrings together over several nights as their on-air dynamic deepens. Aiden helps Lucy explore what she wants in a partner, revealing her attraction to humor and her desire for simple, meaningful connection rather than flashy dates. Lucy admits she wants to feel worth the effort and attention, describing an ideal date as something ordinary made special. Their banter grows easier and more personal, and Lucy begins asking Aiden questions in return. Aiden initially deflects, but eventually shares personal truths, including his habit of watching sad movie clips and revealing that Aiden Valentine is only his radio name. Lucy recognizes that Aiden avoids vulnerability despite hosting an emotional show. Their growing trust leads to quieter, more intimate moments in the booth, marked by shared secrets and physical closeness. By the end of the chapter, both Lucy and Aiden are emotionally invested, continuing the show while acknowledging their mutual uncertainty and connection, In Chapter 12, Lucy continues co-hosting Heartstrings and easily connects with callers, though some treat her disrespectfully. Aiden shuts down an inappropriate caller and notices his growing protectiveness toward Lucy. Lucy requests a song that triggers painful memories for Aiden, shifting his mood and creating tension between them. Lucy reveals she works as an auto mechanic, and Aiden learns more about her life outside the show. Jackson interrupts the booth, increasing Aiden's irritation, and Aiden leaves to regain control of his emotions. Maggie confronts Aiden in the break room and accuses him of limiting Lucy's interactions with potential matches. Maggie insists Lucy must engage more directly with callers and introduces a major sponsor, officially renaming the segment Lucy's Road to Love. Maggie gives Aiden a station phone to pass to Lucy so she can text interested callers privately. The chapter ends with Maggie making it clear the segment will move forward regardless of Aiden's personal feelings. In Chapter 13, Lucy is overwhelmed by hundreds of messages on the Heartstrings phone and initially avoids engaging with them. Maya and Patty encourage her and discover that Aiden has texted Lucy to check on her after the influx of messages. Later that night, Lucy and Aiden exchange friendly texts, easing the tension left from the previous broadcast and re-establishing their connection. At work, Lucy's co-workers become invested in her search for love and actively review her messages, pushing her to choose a date. Lucy has a meaningful interaction with a new customer at the shop, a man who respects her expertise and asks her to service his vintage Chevy, leaving her intrigued. Despite outside opinions from family and co-workers, Lucy remains unsure who to choose. Before the next show, Lucy tells Aiden she intends to pick someone for a date that night. Aiden agrees to help her proceed, though his reaction suggests emotional distance. In Chapter 14, Lucy announces on air that she has chosen her first date, and Aiden supports the segment despite his visible discomfort. Lucy goes on a date with Elliot, which ends badly when she discovers he only pursued her as part of a cruel bet to mock her belief in romance. Lucy leaves the date upset and crying. Grayson storms into the radio station, believing Aiden orchestrated the humiliation, and confronts him in the lobby. Lucy arrives and stops Grayson, confirming Aiden was not involved and defending him. Lucy explains what Elliot did and insists she wants to move on. Aiden reacts with anger and concern for Lucy's well-being, prioritizing her over the show. Maggie intervenes to keep the broadcast running, but allows the situation to pause. Grayson, determined Lucy will not retreat from dating, insists she go on another date and announces that he will personally choose Lucy's next date. In Chapter 15, Lucy remains at the station after her failed date, emotionally shaken and questioning whether she should continue the show. Aiden stays with her in the booth, offering quiet support and checking whether she wants to keep participating. Lucy decides to continue, believing this may be her best chance to be brave and seek connection despite the setback. During the broadcast, Grayson goes on air and aggressively defends Lucy, confronting callers and reinforcing his protective role. After the show, Lucy and Aiden sit together outside the station, where Aiden gives her his sweatshirt to keep warm. Lucy explains her history with Grayson, why they never married, and how both their parents cut them off when they refused marriage and adoption demands after Maya's birth. Lucy shares that chosen family sustained them. The chapter ends with Lucy asking if she will ever find love, and Aiden assuring her she already embodies the magic she seeks. In Chapter 16, Lucy waits at a restaurant for a date arranged by Grayson and Maggie, but William never shows. After nearly an hour, Lucy confirms through the Heartstrings phone that she is at the correct restaurant and texts Aiden, who initially responds but then goes silent. Lucy pays attention to the disappointment rather than the attention in the room and eventually prepares to leave. Her waiter recognizes her from the radio and explains that hearing Lucy talk about what she wants helped him realize he was in a bad relationship. He comped her meal to thank her. As Lucy leaves, reflecting on whether she should continue dating, Aiden runs after her outside. He reveals he came to the restaurant, confirms she was stood up, and invites her for a beer instead. Lucy accepts his presence and guidance, and the chapter ends with Aiden making it clear he sought her out deliberately. In Chapter 17, Aiden takes Lucy to a dockside bar after she has stood up, and they spend the evening drinking beer, eating fries, and talking openly. Aiden explains his past, including how his mother's illness and his father's grief caused him to stop believing in love, even as he built a career hosting a romance radio show. Lucy challenges Aiden's cynicism and suggests he still believes in romance more than he admits. As the night continues, Lucy admits she wants to have fun and stop overthinking dating. They play skee ball, drink more, and grow physically and emotionally closer, sharing laughter and affection. Aidan realizes his feelings for Lucy are deepening and conflicted. They dance together to music at the bar, enjoying the moment without expectations. When Lucy becomes unsteady, Aidan insists on walking her home. He carries Lucy on his back, prioritizing her safety and ending the night with a quiet, intimate connection. In Chapter 18, Lucy wakes up hungover on her couch and realizes Aidan stayed the night to make sure she was safe. Lucy confirms they did not kiss, but acknowledges mutual flirting and admits they have both been engaging in it. Lucy and Aidan agree they should stop flirting because Lucy wants a relationship, and Aidan does not believe he is relationship material, though both clearly struggle with the decision. Grayson and Maya arrive unexpectedly and discover Aidan in Lucy's living room, leading to awkward but friendly introductions. Lucy invites Aidan to stay for breakfast, and they share a family meal where it is revealed William never showed up for the date. Maya suggests Aidan should pick Lucy's next date, and despite hesitation, Aidan agrees. Lucy decides she is not quitting the show. After breakfast, Aidan leaves, promising to work on finding Lucy another date, while both feel reluctant to part and aware their connection has deepened. In Chapter 19, Aidan recommits to his role of finding Lucy a date and pushes her to hand over the Heartstrings phone during the broadcast. When Aidan reviews the messages, he discovers Lucy has been receiving threatening and harassing texts for days and confronts Maggie about the lack of filters. Maggie shuts down the texting feature and takes responsibility for handling the harassment. Lucy explains she did not speak up because she is used to unsolicited abuse and does not let it define her, though Aidan remains deeply upset and protective. The show continues with live callers, and Aidan realizes Lucy may quit the show after repeated disappointments. During a call from a listener named Oliver, Lucy laughs genuinely for the first time that night. Aidan recognizes the importance of Lucy's happiness over his own feelings and decides Oliver should be her next date, committing to set it up on air. In Chapter 20, Lucy arrives late and rain-soaked to her date at Tagliata and meets Oliver, who is polite, attentive, and clearly interested. The date goes well at first, with easy conversation, shared humor, and genuine comfort between them. Lucy notices, however, that she keeps thinking about Aidan and repeatedly mentions him without realizing it. Oliver perceptively calls this out and admits he also has feelings for someone else, which is why he recognized the signs in Lucy. The two acknowledge that neither of them is emotionally available for each other despite enjoying the evening. Over dessert, they openly discuss their unresolved feelings and agree the date is a mutual dead end, but a meaningful one. Oliver explains he plans to pursue the person he truly cares about despite complications. Lucy realizes her feelings for Aidan are obvious to everyone, including Oliver. They end the night with mutual respect and clarity, accepting that the date helped them understand their hearts better. In Chapter 21, Aidan struggles to confront his emotions as memories of his mother's repeated cancer diagnoses resurface, reinforcing his habit of emotional avoidance. Overwhelmed by his growing feelings for Lucy, Aidan waits outside the station to avoid her before the show. Inside the booth, tension builds as Lucy notices Aidan's distraction and assumes he is texting another woman. Aidan admits the messages are from his mother and explains his parents' trip, revealing his mother's history with cancer. The shared vulnerability brings Aidan and Lucy closer, and Aidan realizes Lucy is jealous just as he is. During the broadcast, Lucy confirms her date with Oliver ended amicably and announces she will stop searching for dates on air. After the show, alone together, Aidan and Lucy acknowledge their mutual desire. Despite knowing it is risky, they agree to try exploring their connection, and Aidan finally kisses Lucy. In Chapter 22, Lucy and Aidan kiss intensely in the radio booth, fully giving in to the attraction they have been resisting. The encounter escalates as Lucy moves into Aidan's lap, and both acknowledge the depth of their physical and emotional desire. Despite the intensity, Aidan insists they should stop, and Lucy agrees that what happened should be a one-time thing. They separate, visibly affected, and Aidan walks Lucy to her car. Outside, Aidan awkwardly shifts back to discussing the show and Lucy's future dates, which leaves Lucy feeling deflated. Before leaving, Lucy kisses Aidan's cheek and ends the night. At home, Mateo reassures Lucy that prioritizing her own happiness is important and notes that she sounded happy on the show. Lucy later texts Aidan, confronting him about why he kissed her. Aiden calls her and admits the kiss was genuine, confirming that his feelings for Lucy are real and unresolved. In Chapter 23, Aiden realizes kissing Lucy only intensified his feelings instead of easing them. Maggie tells Aiden the show will soon need an exit plan for Lucy now that the dating experiment is ending, which unsettles him because he does not want Lucy to leave. When Lucy arrives early, Aiden cannot bring himself to discuss her departure and instead pulls her into a supply closet to talk privately. They admit the kiss was not enough for either of them. Lucy clarifies she wants fun without promises, and Aiden agrees, deciding he can give her that even if he cannot offer more. They kiss again, and the encounter escalates physically until Aiden stops before they go further, choosing restraint. Lucy climaxes against him, and they agree to continue later if they both want to. Lucy leaves the closet first to return to the booth, while Aiden stays behind, overwhelmed by desire and aware he is deeply entangled with her. In Chapter 24, Lucy spends the day working at the auto shop while casually texting Aiden, and she realizes she is enjoying their flirtation now that she has let go of expectations. Lucy reassures a devoted customer about repairs to his vintage Chevy, learning the truck is a meaningful family heirloom. After the customer leaves, Miss Shirley comments that he clearly liked Lucy, which Lucy dismisses. A routine shop drawing forces Lucy to drive the tow truck, frustrating her but ending her shift early. While responding to the tow call, Lucy arrives at the roadside breakdown and discovers the stranded driver is Aiden. The unexpected meeting confirms that Aiden and Lucy are now crossing into each other's personal lives outside the radio station, setting the stage for their connection to move beyond texting and workplace encounters. In Chapter 25, Lucy arrives to tow Aiden's disabled car and is surprised to realize she is the technician sent to help him. Lucy assesses the car, determines it overheated and will not start, and safely loads it onto the tow truck. During the drive back to the shop, both struggle with awkward tension and unspoken feelings. At the shop, Aiden unintentionally hurts Lucy by declining her offer to drive him home, then immediately stops her and admits he is overwhelmed because he wants her and does not know how to handle it. Aiden confesses he ordered pineapple pizza because it is Lucy's favorite, revealing his feelings. Lucy admits she is still crushing on Aiden as well. They acknowledge mutual attraction and lingering desire following their earlier encounter. Lucy invites Aiden to spend the evening together watching television at his place since Maya is away. Aiden agrees, and Lucy prepares to unhook his car so they can leave together. In Chapter 26, Lucy brings Aiden to his row house after the tow, and Aiden asks for time to tidy before she comes inside. Once Lucy enters, she asks about Aiden's necklace. Aiden reveals it is a key ring given by his mother during her cancer treatments. After a charm fell off, he kept the ring and began wearing it as a good luck object tied to periods of good news. Lucy recognizes the meaning and offers comfort, deepening their emotional connection. Aiden shows Lucy what he did with his time, a makeshift blanket fort in the living room so they can eat pizza together, recalling Lucy's past comment about wanting intimacy and comfort. They eat pizza, relax together, and the mood turns intimate. Lucy directly asks Aiden to kiss her and clearly states what she wants from him physically, signaling that she wants to continue their relationship and explore it without hesitation. In Chapter 27, Lucy and Aiden have consensual sex at Aiden's home after clearly agreeing on what Lucy wants and confirming mutual desire. Aiden responds to Lucy's request by taking control, and Lucy confirms she enjoys that dynamic. Aiden focuses on Lucy's pleasure first, making her climax more than once, fulfilling what Lucy explicitly asked for. Lucy reassures Aiden that she wants him to take what he needs as well, and they proceed to have sex using a condom. Both experience intense physical and emotional connection, acknowledging that neither can stop wanting the other. Afterward, they lie together, share pineapple pizza, and relax in the aftermath, marking a shift from flirtation and tension into a fully physical relationship. When Lucy prepares to leave, Aiden asks her to stay, and Lucy agrees, confirming that both want to continue being together beyond a single encounter. In Chapter 28, Lucy returns home after spending the night with Aiden and feels physically exhausted and emotionally euphoric, realizing the sex was meaningful and affirming. Grayson quickly notices Lucy slept with Aiden and informs Patty, who arrives with champagne to celebrate. Lucy confirms she had sex with Aiden and admits she is happy. Maya notices Lucy wearing Aiden's sweatshirt and asks if Aiden is her boyfriend. Lucy explains she likes Aiden but is rethinking her expectations, realizing she no longer wants an idealized fairy tale romance and instead wants something honest and real. Lucy decides she wants to make her own version of magic rather than wait for perfection. Later at the radio station, Lucy and Aiden reunite, share a private kiss, and admit they missed each other. Aiden asks how Lucy wants to handle their relationship, and Lucy suggests they act normally for now. They agree to keep things quiet at work while continuing their connection. In Chapter 29, Lucy reflects at home on Maya's role in starting the show and realizes Maya hoped not only for Lucy's confidence, but also for her to find real love, specifically with Aiden. Later at the station, Lucy overhears Aiden arguing with Maggie about not telling Lucy something and about the temporary nature of Lucy's role on the show. Lucy confronts Aiden, and he admits the show was always meant to be temporary and suggests her final episode will be next week. During the broadcast, Aiden is distracted and unwell, and tension escalates when a caller named Colin expresses romantic interest in Lucy. Aiden encourages the match despite knowing Lucy does not want it. Afterward, Lucy confronts Aiden, admitting she wants him, not other dates. Aiden insists he is not good for her and cannot give her what she wants. Lucy refuses to accept this, declares her feelings clearly, and leaves the booth, telling Aiden to decide what he wants next. In Chapter 30, Aiden remains alone in the radio booth after Lucy leaves, realizing he pushed her away out of fear and silence. Aiden calls his father late at night and admits he avoids closeness to protect himself from pain tied to his mother's cancer. His father reassures Aiden that he is not broken, encourages him to reconnect with family, return to therapy, and learn to love without fear. Aiden accepts that he mishandled things with Lucy and wants to try to change. Over the weekend, Aiden spirals at home, replaying memories of Lucy, then forces himself to reconnect with Jackson by joining him for a morning run. Aiden admits to Jackson that he wants to be better and asks for help creating a plan to win Lucy back. Jackson agrees to help in exchange for breakfast. The chapter ends with unsent text messages revealing Aiden's regret, longing, and growing realization that he may be able to love Lucy fully. In Chapter 31, Lucy avoids listening to Heartstrings and focuses on work at the garage, struggling with heartbreak and Aiden's silence. Colin returns with another bouquet, confirming Lucy's feelings are still centered on Aiden. Lucy's co-workers notice her sadness, and Dan assigns Lucy to deliver Aiden's repaired Bronco to the radio station. While driving the Bronco, Lucy discovers a handwritten list of her favorite things in Aiden's glove compartment, revealing how closely he has paid attention to her. At the station, Maggie urgently pulls Lucy back into the booth because Aiden is late and Jackson is floundering on air. Lucy temporarily resumes hosting, realizing her space beside Aiden has been kept intact. During the show, Maya calls in under the guise of seeking advice and then hands the phone to Aiden. The chapter ends with Aiden calling Heartstrings himself, asking Lucy for advice, signaling his readiness to confront his feelings. In Chapter 32, Lucy answers Aiden's call on Heartstrings as he asks what falling in love feels like. Aiden admits he has avoided emotions his entire life to protect himself from pain and fears he lost the ability to believe in good things. Through the call, he describes constant thoughts about a woman, keeping her hair tie and a list of her favorite things, and wanting a shared future that includes her child and family. Lucy recognizes his words as love and asks where he is. She leaves the booth and finds Aiden waiting in the station parking lot. Face to face, he confirms he has been falling in love with her and apologizes for pushing her away and staying silent. Lucy tells him she loves him too and asks for honesty moving forward. They agree to try together, commit to each other openly, and share their first kiss as a couple, reconciling and choosing a real relationship. Epilogue. Aiden spends Sunday morning with Lucy and Maya following their new routine as a family. Aiden carries Maya to Skullduggery for Cruffins while Lucy joins them, showing how easily Aiden has become part of their lives. Inside the crowded cafe, Maya runs off upstairs while Aiden and Lucy sit together in their usual booth, openly affectionate and comfortable. Aiden reflects on how different his life feels now and how much he values being with Lucy without fear. Lucy goes to the counter to pick up their order, leaving Aiden to realize that they had unknowingly been close to each other long before they officially met. He recognizes the significance of timing and chance in bringing them together. When Lucy returns, Aiden pulls her close and kisses her, fully aware that he is happy, grateful, and committed to the life they are building together.